All day. Today is going to be neutral grip pull-ups, barbell rows, pull downs, all that good stuff. So, best get cracking, aren't I? So the plan, I started writing out like training programs and this and that and whatever. And it's the thing I said about the other day of just training is more important than what specific training I actually do. So I basically written out like a rough structure. So that's what I'm going to follow. And then within the sessions, just try and progress stuff as I go. So today is just pull, nice and easy. Well, not easy, but straightforward. Yesterday's session was actually really good. I trained at the gym. I did hamstring curls. My range of motion on the hamstring curls is actually not too bad now. Like I can do reps, so I've got DOMs in my hamstrings, which is new. I then did some Smith machine good mornings. I found with that the most difficult bit was I've got sunburn, and so it was that of the bar being on my back. But that's fine. I did leg extensions for the first time, like with actual load. But even on the lightest weight on the machine, I did one set of 7 and one set of 5, and that was like max effort. That's not too bad. I then managed to get upstairs, which is a big thing, like even just being able to get up the staircase. And I'll tell you in a sec. Let me just do a set. That grip's definitely easier than double overhand. Went upstairs, did the hip abduction and adduction, so the ones where you're moving your legs in and out. I did that machine. I did hyperextensions, just a couple sets. I found that awkward, like on the back of my knees, wasn't the most comfortable thing. And then I did leg press. So there's different leg presses there. I think they've got 3, but the one I used was the one that generally would be the worst one to use as a leg press, but that actually made it really helpful. So it's the one where you're on the seat, obviously you're on the seat, but the seat moves, so the plate stays the same. So you get yourself into the bent position. Look at range of motion. You get yourself into the bent position and press yourself rather than pressing the weight away from you. So you're limited by how flexible you are to the position you can get in. And I've gradually worked as deep as I could, which is still not very deep, to be fair. That was not bad. I think I did about 5 or 6 sets on that, enough to where I've got like a tiny bit of DOMs in my quads. I then did sled, ski erg for a little bit of cardio, and did a bunch of box squats. That was it. Not too bad, really. Anyway, I'll go again. My weight's going up still, so I've only been having about 3,200, 3,300 calories last 4 or 5 days. My weight's consistently coming up ever so slightly. So either my maintenance calories has dropped massively, or I'm actually building some muscle, which is not a bad thing. It's still bizarre though, because I feel so weak on everything, even upper body stuff. I mean, what did I bench the other day? 115 for 5. It's not bad, but I think I had a look back and I've done 130 for 5. So it's within like 15% or so. Not too bad. Right. I prefer that to double overhand. It feels nicer. It'd be quite good if I could get back to actually doing some decent weight on this kind of thing, because at the minute I'm just so weak. Like, I mean, you can obviously see. So next is going to be barbell rows. I'll do one more set, and then given that the most I've deadlifted is 60 kilos, I don't know what weight will be appropriate for barbell rows. I was thinking 60, to be honest. We'll find out soon, won't we? Let's see, any other changes? I don't think so. I'm more like motivated to get strong again now than I was. I was kind of just looking at everything as rehab, but now I'm wanting to actually be able to do stuff that I would consider cool. I've been looking at more strongman stuff, because when you actually look at strongman, there's not a lot of events that actually require a lot of knee flexion. So obviously some competitions have a squatting, but it's not actually that often. So yoke, farmers, barely any knee flexion. Log, not much knee flexion. Axle, same. Deadlifts, same. Stones are the one where there is quite a lot. But apart from that, a lot of like picking stuff up, moving it, fingers. Even tire flip isn't tons of knee flexion. And to be a great strongman, you don't necessarily have to have a huge squat. And being strong, doing strongman is just cool anyway. So something I've been thinking about. Not to any conclusion or any decisions, but it could be fun. As like a little side goal. I mean, I'm probably not stable enough in my balance at the minute to be doing a log press anyway. But it might be a bit of fun, some different training, something else to do. And my focus, I think, is going to be to get like a decent push pull. So deadlift and press, bench press. If I want a total 700 for powerlifting, realistically, I'm going to lose a big chunk on my squat. So if I say I could squat 200, for example, or say 220 squat, that's not unreasonable, I think. I don't know. A 180 bench and a 300 deadlift should be doable in time. Anyway, what am I doing? Pull-ups. Well, that got hard fast. That's what she said. With pull-ups, I find it's just like you just die off. There's no like middle ground. Those grips I really like, because I mean, apart from anything, they're easier, but they're nicer on the hands, and they have a bit of movement like the gymnastics rings do, but not a lot of movement. So where the rings are like basically move freely, they don't quite move freely. Also, I've done this a stupid way around. I should have waited till I'd moved the bench out the way, because now I've got to move the bench over the bar. To get it out the way. And somebody has left the band on here. Barbell rows. So I can do 0 weight, fine. I don't know if 60 is too ambitious. We will find out in about 30 seconds. So I think I planned to do an actual deadlift session on maybe Friday. What day is it today? Wednesday. So tomorrow's going to be push. So then Thursday push, Friday deadlift and squat, Saturday upper body, I think it's upper body, Sunday lower body again. So I've ended up with it being 7 days. Just like to have the routine of training. Right, let's have a look at where you are, see what you can see. Can you see where I am? Now you can. I probably need to get these mats out soon if I'm going to start deadlifting again, because I don't know how strong these are. That's good. Actually got me breathing heavy as well. That's not a bad starting weight. If I just add 5 kilos a week or something, that could be good. So, yeah, I haven't got anything. What I was going to do, what I will do, I've been thinking about what goes into, so the hospital to Hercules thing, and what being Herculean is. So it's not just having like muscular physique, being strong, but like the story of Hercules, of all the trials and things he goes through, is like overcoming things. I don't know. I like the idea of that, of overcoming different challenges, and like obviously different people go through different things. Stuff for my legs isn't that big a deal in the grand scheme of things. There's still something that requires some work though. Let's go again. That was hard work. It makes me aware of just how unfit I am as well. And it's making me out of breath, as if I've been training hard. I suppose it relatively is hard. That'll be enough for these for today. Same thing about just doing enough rather than too much, primarily because of laziness. So next, pull downs, of which I've not actually changed the weight properly. So I started to change the weights and then I got distracted, came back to doing this set. Right. So I've been using weights around 40 kilos on these pull downs recently. So today I'm gonna go up to 50. I feel sick. How can I feel sick from doing barbell rows? That's mad. So unfit. I'll do the thumbnail picture. I stand here like this. Okay, now I've done a picture for the thumbnail so that 18 people will click on the video. Let's get the knee pad. I keep losing the pins that go in this. Well, not losing them, they're all down here. But there's other chains and stuff. So it just gets lost amongst them all. And if I don't have the pins, then this is no use to me at all. Might just have to try it without instead. That's too heavy, annoyingly, to do it properly. It's pulling, so hooking my feet under there to hold myself down is pulling on my knees, on my quads as I do it. Getting like, feeling a bit sick, but also like kind of lightheaded. I don't know if it might actually just be because of doing the barbell rows and then being like almost exercise or something, which if it's true is mad. But that was like, doing those rows was the first thing that's felt like good upper body training for ages, despite them not even being that heavy. I also want to do loads of deadlifts with it as well. I can stiff leg deadlift it without really having to try, but a normal deadlift with bending the legs makes it quite difficult. So if I just bend over and pick it up like a stiff leg deadlift, that's really easy. I don't know how heavy I'll go on that this week, because I don't want to just end up blowing something out. Already done that. keeping drinking a Monster whilst feeling sick is probably not the best idea, is it? Well, that was harder than I expected. I don't know if it's the rows or the pull-ups that are taking it out of me a little bit. I don't even know how many reps it was. I think it was at 8. I'm gonna take a break, just 10-15 minutes or so, let whatever this is pass, and then I'm just doing curls, so there's nothing like particularly exciting to see. So just pretend you saw me do some curls or something at the end. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye.